Jesus. Was Jesus a member of the Flat Earth Society? There are rumors that he had a conversation with Caiaphas before Caiaphas decided to kill him, and during this conversation, they chat about flat Earth. You know, the 6 fundamental stones that hold our flat Earth. You know, Solomon's seal. Okay, so there is a secret conversation they had. In this conversation, Jesus tells Caiaphas that he knows Caiaphas' origin, and that he knows that he plans to kill him. For instance, could Jesus maybe be close to disclosing the actual model of the Earth? And was that, for example, the reason that he may have been killed? Let's investigate. I'm going to show you some of the evidence that we have that may actually create some curiosity out of you. Wrong in the scriptures, for example, that we understood that God created Earth in 6 days and he rested in the Sabbath. For example, I already told you, we have a lot of videos on, for example, on Bruce Lee and Flat Earth. We explain to you that the Antarctic ice water crystal is identical to Solomon's seals format. Okay, so when God created Earth in 6 days, we could actually have understood that wrong. And what he meant was that God created the Earth in 6 pillars. And a 7th pillar would be the dome to enclose and protect us from the waters above. So, for example, the Solomon seal, right, I'm probably showing you right now, we have this company in Brazil named Antarctica that uses as its logo the Solomon seal, separating the upper world from this other world, 2 worlds completely separated. You know, that is just astonishing. Now, if maybe it was wrongly understood that the Earth was created in 6 days and not 6 pillars, that would make actually more sense. If you actually get the globe as it is and you draw the Davis star, you are going to see that it points out to very specific points on Earth, you know, like very special places on Earth. Jesus was going to talk about this with Caiaphas, and that was one of the things that led Caiaphas to believe that Jesus must have been an enemy. And I'm going to show you some footage that actually proves to you that the sun is loco. Okay, so cut the crap. It's also, you know, like NASA and all that. Maybe the ISS, for example, is not a hoax. Maybe the ISS is a balloon hovering over our flat Earth and taping everything with a very good GoPro effect to make it look like it's round. You know what I mean? So it's really, really weird. Okay, everything is really weird. But my question to you is, what if Jesus Christ knew that the Earth was actually flat, and he was about to disclose this, and people killed him for that, as they did with Bruce Lee, John Lennon, and many other people? For example, Kurt Cobain, right? After Kurt Cobain died, the Foo Fighters released many songs, and I've taped that, and I've showed you about it. You know, there is a video, and I'm going to be linking on Foo Fighters and Flat Earth. You know, people are talking about it. They're trying to put the truth out there, you know. It's very clear to us that they're hiding something. The Holy Grail. What is the Holy Grail? What are they hiding? What if we misunderstood that the Earth was created in 6 days, and actually it is created above 6 pillars that hold it, and there is a 7th pillar that would be the dome? Okay, so maybe we got it all wrong, and they're hiding it, and they're hiding it very well. Okay, they killed everyone that tried to put it out there. So I'm gonna show you a footage of a loco sunset. Okay, and it's very clear that you can even see the sun's reflection on the cloud. How is that possible if the sun is 94 million miles away, and for example, the demonstration that NASA gives us is that the sun is this size and the Earth is this size. So that doesn't add up, okay? We would never be able to see the sun's reflection on the water, for example, or on the clouds, okay? Or on anywhere, actually, okay? So if it was actually this big and the Earth was like a tiny ball, we would actually not see the effect we see on, for example, time-lapse cameras and sunset. For example, some time-lapse show us the sun from sunrise to sunset. The impression that you would have, as I would have, is that the sun is getting closer and bigger, you know? So how is that possible if it is 94 million miles away, right? Okay, that's totally a big lie. So that is one of the big lies they've been telling us. And Jesus Christ was the son of his son of God, right? Who is God, you know? Is God the sun God, for example, that the Beatles talk about, you know what I mean? You see, we live in a spinning ball. No, we don't, because this water is still, it's here. If we lived in a spinning ball, this water would be just, you know, flowing up. They can't explain gravity and they can't explain electricity, okay? So if they can't explain both of these things, right, there's something wrong. For example, Nikola Tesla built several towers, and he communicated between these towers in the 1800s, and this was the first Wi-Fi system. How is this possible in a round world, for example? In a round, if you have a good answer, please do comment below. This really crazy theory, okay? And I'll be waiting for that comment. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and I'll see you again.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us, even now in this very room.
Hey guys, this is James with Impossible Channel. We're going to be talking about Jesus. Was Jesus a member of the Flat Earth Society? There are rumors that he had a conversation with Caiaphas before Caiaphas decided to kill him, and during this conversation they chat about flat Earth. You know, the 6 fundamental stones that hold our flat Earth. You know, Solomon's seal. Okay, so there is a secret conversation they had. In this conversation, Jesus tells Caiaphas that he knows Caiaphas' origin and that he knows that he plans to kill him. For instance, could Jesus maybe be close to disclosing the actual model of the earth? And was that, for example, the reason that he may have been killed? Let's investigate. I'm going to show you some of the evidence that we have that may actually create some curiosity out of you. Scriptures, for example, that we understood that God created Earth in 6 days and He rested in the Sabbath. For example, I already told you, we have a lot of videos on